So let's try this one right here. Right, for our next example, let's try this one. Again, we think about the graph. Now, we go back to what we did at the beginning of the year. The reason we did so much graph work at the beginning of the year is we wanted to be ready when we got to this. This is a V shape. Where's the V? We have to move it to the left one. Right, the plus one moves it to the left one. So it's going to be like this. Okay, so we're going to have a V shape. Okay, at -1, 0. So -2 plus 1 is -1, absolute value is 1. Now plug in 0. Okay, so we have that. Oh look, we have two triangles. Base 1, height 1. Right, 1 and 1. So each of these are triangles. What's the area of each one? Oh, that area is 1/2. 1/2 times 1 times 1. 1/2. 1/2 plus 1/2. It's an area of 1. Okay? So you just have to, for all these, you have to figure out what shape it's going to be. Right? And we have to think back to our graphs and remember our graphs. Okay? So, consider this one. Now this graph we haven't done for a while. So you may look at it and say, wait, I don't remember what that looks like. This is half of a circle. So it's either the top or bottom. Okay? And we know it's going to be the top because it's positive here. So it's going to be the top of a circle, right? And it's the circle centered at 0, 0. Okay? So it's centered 0, 0. We did do this graph, but we haven't done it for a while. Right, we did at the beginning of the year. Right? And it has a radius of 2. Because 2 squared is 4. And that's always going to be a true. So that's one of those things, like, if you don't remember from the year, then just, we'll remember it going forward, okay? Now this is from 0 to 2, so I'm going to get rid of this portion of the circle. So how much of the circle do I see? I see that I have a quarter of a circle. And that's a circle with a radius of 2. So if the radius is 2, the area is 4 pi, and then we have a quarter of it. So our area is pi. Okay. So what do we need to do? We just need to figure out what shape we're dealing with, and then we find the area of that shape for ourselves. Okay? Okay, let's try another one like that. Let's say we're doing -4 is 0. Okay. Right. If you can, if you want to try it on your own, pause the video. Right, try to graph it, try to get the answer, and then watch my solution. Okay? So, this right here, because it's the square root of something minus something, that's going to again be, that's a circle, and its radius is 4. So I graph that. Remember, I know it's either the top or the bottom half of the circle, and I know it's the top because there's a positive here. Okay, I'm doing -4 to 0, so I'll get rid of this section here. That's again a quarter of a circle, so the radius is 4, so the area of the circle is 16 pi, but I'm dealing with a quarter, so I divide by 4. Sometimes you do with half a circle. If you have half a circle, you divide by 2. Okay. If you have a portion that's like in between, well, this is impossible to do, right? So you'd have to have a calculator to do it. Like, you really, even with sophisticated techniques, right, it's really impossible to do. And you'd have to use your calculator to figure out. Okay, so you don't have to really worry about that. Okay. Let me go through a couple more examples just so you kind of feel comfortable with this before you tackle the homework. Okay, so. See what we got here for this one. Okay, so it's going to be a line, right? So let's graph our line. If I plug in 1, I get 3 minus 2, so it's 1, 2. If I plug in 4, I get 11. So 1, 2, and a 4, 11. Okay. So I want to find the area under that curve. Okay. If I'm looking at this one, oh, it's a trapezoid. Okay. So maybe I'll do it as, I'll break it up and do a rectangle on the bottom, which is a base of 2 and a width of 3. So it's an area of 6. And then this as from here to here goes up 9. Right? 2. So it's 9 by 3. 27 over 2. Or 13 halves. So 6 plus, I'm sorry, not 13 halves. 13.5. So I get 19.5. Okay? So you really just have to draw these out, see the shape to give me your best shot. Okay? Alright, good luck on these ones.